Welcome, Wallaby Racing fans, to the opening race of Season 8 of Wallaby Racing League. This is Tier 4. We're opening in Texas on the Circuit of the Americas. I might have to turn myself up a little bit there. There we go. As we load into the race, I will get the calendar up. Here's your calendar for Season 8, starting off in Coda in Texas. Then we've got Spa at Belgium, a back-to-back Netherlands and Abu Dhabi for round 3. UK at Silverstone for round 4. Monza for round 5. Brazil for round 6. The mystery round 7 happening in March. Round 8 at Singapore. Round 9 at the Red Bull Ring. And that is a sprint weekend. Also, Monza is a sprint weekend as well. Round 10 at Saudi, round 11 at Hungary, Mexico, Azerbaijan back-to-back for round 12, Bahrain for 13, 14 in Japan, and for the final round, 100% Australia race for the final round. As we get into qualifying now, I will get the game up on the screen for you guys. Let's see who gets the opening lap for Season 8. As we come out onto the track, first car out seems to be a Red Bull, but we're going to sit here with whoever goes over the line first. Seems to be an RB. I'm going to go to all of the drivers currently out on the field right now. RBs of the day. Goffey, who's currently behind there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who's out on the track right now? Oh, I was right. Arthur Pole, Jairbot second. Player in the Aston Martin. We do have a player in the Aston Martin. Let me get that fixed up for you real quick. Be 2 seconds. Okay, we're gonna have to go to standard. It's the governor, yes, Bulwar. Oh, we're gonna have to use the standard thing. We'll get governor to fix his settings later. Right now, coming out onto the track, we're watching Cross Eyes Gaming get his first lap of the session in. We'll see who can get pole for the first race of the season here at Coda. Very, very difficult track. Very high speed. Arthur with the first laps around with a 1:32.059. Cross Eyes coming over with a 1:33.6. Jairbot coming over with a 1:32.4. Maney coming over with 1:33.07. Chevy Wolves putting in a slower first lap, just getting used to the car, coming out now with a 1:45. As we watch Mr. Lee come around the final 2 turns. putting in a 1:35. Watch a full lap, Mr. Felty Rabbit. He's currently on inters, which means he must be trying to fix his settings up. Go down to Felzy. He's currently also on a hot lap on those softs, sorry. Let's get those telemetries up. Trying to keep the car on the track, almost coming off, doesn't. We'll go as fast as he can down the main straight right now. Through turn 14, the on-off zone of this track makes a difference. The best times you can get out of Sector 3 will impact your lap times significantly. Put those times back up on the screen for you guys. Sorry about that. Felcy comes over the line with a 1:34, putting him in 8th. Pima Piastri coming over with a 1:33.5. Non-stop with a 1:34, almost flat. Ski with a 1:34.16. Go down to... But he does not put a lap in, Mr. CZ. Mr. J Swell currently on his flying lap. Keeping that car nice and tidy on the track. Down a 1:32.39. Duck Puncher coming over with a 1:33.9 as well. Pima Piastri 1:33.57. Combo Ollie putting himself in the top 4 with a 1:32.5. A henchman who's already getting rid of that lap. Felty Rabbit still in the pits. We have War for the first time this season. First lap of the season for War, speeding down that main straight. Keeps that car nice and tidy, trying to lock up around turn 12. Gets purple for second sector. Combo Ollie dropping out of the session, so we'll need to get an invite on that real quick. War coming over the line with a 1:32.8, putting him in 5th place, just behind Ollie and in front of Maney. Kirko putting in a lap, 1:33.5, to bring his time out of the 1:45s. Lee with a 1:35.6, currently in 14th. Felcy in 13th with 1:34.7, 1:34.1 for Ski. Wolves with a 1:33.9. Duck 600s, behind him with a 1:33.93. Non-stop with 1:33.8. Cross Eyes with 1:33.7. Piastri with a 1:33.5. A 1:33.0 for Maney. Just in front of him, War Combo Ollie currently on the back straight. War on another lap. We will go down to Henchman, who on his first lap of the season holds that car straight towards the second sector and the fastest part of this track right now, the main straight. Holds that line brilliantly coming through turn 12 to throw his car around turn 13, keep the lines as tight as possible. And he unfortunately reds that lap. Felty Rabbit in the Aston be making his first lap now. As we get ready for that one coming around Big Red. Those times up on the screen there, they are. He holds a tight line. Can he keep the car on the track throughout the whole section? He seems to be able to do so. Gets through Sector 1 with ease. As we head up through Turn 9 and 10 towards the hairpin of Main Straight. We'll head past that kit car. It's just in front of him. Hopefully they don't cause too much drama on the track there. Whoever's in that kit car will need to move out of the way. And doesn't seem to. Contact on the back. CZ just in front. Not currently on a hot lap. Gets in front of Felty Rabbit and will cost him that lap. Governor currently on a hot lap right now as we come down to the main straight. Another kit car in front of him. Pima Piastri on a hot lap. Should get out of the way. As I believe Governor has pulled out of this lap. I am not too sure as of yet. Six and a half minutes left of qualifying. How many laps everyone gets in is undetermined right now. Arthur Set currently on provisional pole on another hot lap right now. Gets a purple Sector 2 as we come through the third and hardest part of this track. Gumbo Kebab subscribing again for the 12th month in a row. Arthur comes around the corner. Green first sector, purple second sector, pulls into the pits. Pima Piastri currently on a hot lap. Come through, slides that car around turn 4 and 5. Trying to keep as straight as possible. Goes yellow in the first sector. He will come around that corner and delete the time off that lap. Lee currently also not on a hot lap. Felty Rabbit trying to improve on his time. It's currently green in the second sector but yellow in the first. Throws that car around towards the final corner. Goes into the pits. Felcy in the McLaren going to start a hot lap right now as we come down towards Big Red. Hold that car. Try and hold that car on a nice line through here. Having at least one tyre on the track at all times. As he gets through Sector 1 with ease. 2 seconds behind the fastest time at the moment. He goes over the line towards turn 10 and ends that run for him. Non-stop currently also on a hot lap coming through Sector 1 right now. Holds that car well through turn 9. Coming up turn 10 now. This was the big hairpin known to turn 11. A little bit of a rear end slide there for him. A little bit of oversteer. But he will surely be able to get enough pace down the straight to make up that time. Currently green in the first sector. Getting a better time than he did previously. Come over the line to Sector 2. Green on that sector as well, improving his times. Still 6/10 down on Arthur. He's currently sitting on pole. 4 minutes remaining. A lot of cars sitting in the pits right now. Throws that car around, keeps it tight on the final corner. will come down. Nice little downshift pops. Open that wing over the line. Will put himself up into 8th with a 1:33.1. Felsey currently on another hot lap right now. Will be trying to keep his car within track limits this time round. Green sector 1, only 700ths off Arthur's time around the track. Keeps that nice tidy on the ripple strips. Come down towards the hairpin. Get that car lined up as quickly as possible to open up that wing, get as much speed down the straight, gain enough time through this very fast part of the track, sector 2. Slide that car round the corner towards end of sector 2 where he goes green again. Will he be able to put him up into the top 10 at the start of this Lord Aussie? This is Texas, also known as Circuit of the Americas, or COTA. He throws his car around the second last corner, keeps it tight towards the final. Little bit of a lock up around that corner, gets it straight, opens that wing. Comes over the line, purple sector 3 for Felsey. Puts him keeps him 13 just behind his teammate Duck Puncher. CZ currently on a hot lap right now. It is unfortunately been deleted. 1:39 his best at the moment. Mr. Governor currently on an out lap. Put in his first time of the session. All cars out on the track right now besides Kirko in the Mercedes. Mainly in the Mercedes, non-stop in his Red Bull. Henchman retiring from this session, currently in 3rd. As we all come round, cars will be bouncing off each other during this final stint. All cars on the track right now have to get over the line within a minute for their next lap to be counted. As we watch Jairbot fight his way up into pole position, will we see Arthur retain his pre-season streak and retain pole here at COTA? Can Jairbot keep his car on the track in that Haas? Last season was in a Mercedes. Is he able to keep the same structure of racing in the Haas? Comes to that hairpin, needs to get his car straightened up and on the power as quick as possible. Will open that wing. As we head to the end of qualifying, we'll get over the line with the rest of these drivers. Currently green in the first sector. Yellow in the second sector. I believe he's pulled out and has finished his lap. Arthur Sett currently on a hot lap. Sitting behind a McLaren at the moment. Purple in the second sector. So come around the final corner. He comes off the track and finishes that one, but will take provisional pole for now. Multiple cars still on the track. Mr. J Swell is not going to be able to put a lap in for the rest of the qualifying. Combo Ollie at the moment coming through sector 2 is green in the first sector, green in the second. It's not that far. Will be able to push himself up into the top row. Will he be able to push Arthur off pole? We'll find out here in a second. So he comes around the final corner now. Combo Ollie putting himself on the front row. 100, behind Arthur Set as we finish off this qualifying run coming through now. Arthur Set takes pole here at Texas to take the first race of the season. Arthur continuing his pre-season show into our feature race. As you can see here on the screen, there are your qualifying statistics for our first race of the season. Arthur Set taking pole. Combo Ollie coming in second on the front row. Second row, Jairbot and Henchman. War and J-Swell taking the fourth. J-Swell and War taking the third row. And I ran out of time. That's all good. We all saw the stats. So we come into this feature race. 29 laps here at Circuit of the Americas. We are in for a ripper of a race to kick off Wallabies' 8th season as a league. As we get all the drivers into their car. The team principal for Ferrari now, apparently in the kitchen with his drivers. As we get all the drivers onto the grid. Here we are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lights out and away we go here at Coda. Arthur Set getting a nice run off the line. Multiple changes at the start here. Combo Ollie keeping that position. Jairbot still back into third. Henchman behind him. It's a little bit loud there for you guys. Sorry about that. Duck Puncher up into 5th place. J-Swell into 6th. War into 7th. Non-stop in 8th. Felsi in 9th as we come around the first lap. Cross Eyes in 10th. Governor up into 11th place. PMR Piastri in 12th. Down in the kick. Chevy Wolves on to 13th. Felty Rabbit in 14th. Goff 15th. The two Mercedes down 19th and 20th. The driver info back up onto the screens. So kill a lap off onto here as Duck Puncher gets back in front of Henchman, who gets a little bit wide. Coming through the hairpin. Set a good pace off the first lap. Combo trying to go on the outside. Doesn't make the move. Jairbot in that hash just behind. A nice gap forming between the top 3. War getting in front of J-Swell there. Chevy Rules moving up positions. PMR going down. Lots of action packed down in the middle. These cars fight for their first position. As we see Maney getting around Ski. CZ getting pushed to the back there. Kirko getting up in front as well. Governor just on the back of non-stop here as these cars try and get through the first lap without an incident. Arthur coming over the line still in first. Combo on the back of him. Welcome Zoltan. Now, the leaderboard for the race right now contains one key person. It is in a Aston Martin. It comes up on the screen as player, but he is known as Governor. And I will still call him Governor even though his name is not clearly on the screen. As we come down, Combo Ollie still fighting to keep him his way in front, behind of Arthur. Jairbot pulling behind, now nearly 2 seconds behind the leading cars. Non-stop on the back of Felsey, a little bit wide there coming through turn 14. As gaps forming and all past the field right now. Uh, 9% chance of rain for the rest of this race. Not sure that we will see any rain at Texas today. Everyone should be fine in that aspect. Most cars out here on mediums to start. Pema, Piastri, Ski and Kirko sitting on hards right now, going for the reverse strategy. Only one pit stop required during this race right now. We come through. Mr. J Swoll, War, and Henchman currently. See? Mr. J Swoll down a position from where he started. Currently sitting in 7th. The gap to War right now. Getting closer and closer every single corner he takes. Will he be able to get in front? Battery levels are on the leaderboard right now as we come through. Mr. Roshan Robot will come through to the gain and lost. Duck Puncher up 4 positions from 8th into 1st. Cross-Eyed Gaming, who qualified 7th, now sitting in 17th. Felty Rabbit up 5 places, currently sitting in 13th. Felsey in the other McLaren up 6 places, qualified 14th. Non-stop up 1. Governor up 1. Piastri up 2. We can see Lee getting a 3-second penalty already this race. Multiple cars on warnings. This track is very hard to keep. The cars on the track through sector 1. We will keep watching these cars as they run through. Battles all over the field right now. As we watch the 2 Alpines of Henchman and War. Putting the interval times. War sitting just on the back right now as they go side by side down the straight. Will one give up the position? Duck Puncher getting in front of Jairbot down the straight, putting him in front. The Alpines fighting. And there was a little bit of contact there between Mr. J Swoll and War. As there was a scuffle between the 2 Alpines and the Haas of Jairbot. Mr. J Swoll not being able to get out of the way in time. Currently, I believe he did get damage on the front of his car. With a yellow on the front right of his car. Will he pit for a new time? Chevy Wolves getting a 3-second penalty for track limits at the moment. As more battles heat up between the Haas of Jairbot and Duck Puncher as Jairbot gets in front. Drivers fighting for their lives coming around these corners right now. Non-stop trying to fight his way through behind Felsey. Right now. And the gap behind to Governor, only 0.3 of a second. I'm up. Combo Ollie still on the back of Arthur. The pace being set by Arthur, unfathomable. All drivers right now putting in pretty impeccable times. Arthur, the only driver other than Ollie to be putting in the 135s right now, as those gaps get further and further away from each other on those medium tyres. 25 seconds between Arthur and CZ at the bottom there. And all drivers putting in work. DRS plays a big part in the rest of this session. Will we see an overtake here for Ollie to take the lead? Coming down the first straight of the session. He goes on the inside. Late on the brakes, side by side between Arthur. Arthur pushed to the outside. Seems to get the better line out of turn 1. And will keep his position through sector 1. We come down. Mr. J Swoll getting in front. Oh, Henchman getting in front of Mr. J Swoll, who's up into 6th right now. Only one position back into the position he started. Yellow flag in sector 2. Drivers down in the middle there. Green flag. Everything is fine. There is nothing else to worry about. Down in 15th, we have Felty Rabbit trying to gain time on Maney right now. Felty Rabbit currently slower. Maney able to push himself, maybe get away as the wings get opened. Both wings are open. Side by side down the main straight. Better line as he gets in front down into the hairpins. On board with Felty Rabbit now, currently sitting in 15th, fighting for 14th and 13th with Ski in the Williams and Maney in the Mercedes. Couple of struggling drivers right now. Tire wear is a big thing, and most drivers on these mediums will be pitting around lap 10 to 15 on those mediums. Yet to see one person in the pits is Henchman with a quick 2.3 second time. He comes out, first person to switch off those mediums onto the hards. Was 5th at the time as he puts pits down into 19th now. Will the early pit stop be beneficial, or will it cost him in the long run? Lee with another penalty. Three seconds for Combo Ollie, 3 seconds for Governor, 3 seconds for Chevy Wolves. War getting a 3 second as well. Lee with 7 warnings, now to 6 seconds on those in that V-carb. Down in 13th, we have Ski 27 fighting through the final sector. Going to try and get in front of Maney down this back straight, getting ever so close. Wing to tail. Will he go for the fight here? Or will he stay back? Takes the inside line, decides to chip back as we go into turn 1 on those hard tyres. Combo Ollie still on the back of Arthur Set, them working with each other, getting ahead of the pack by 4 seconds now. Duck Puncher sitting 0.3 of a second behind Jairbot as we come down to the first DRS zone, the second DRS zone of this track. That wing will open for Duck Puncher. Will he be able to gain enough speed to get in front of Jairbot? He will stay behind through turn 12. Maney, who's now off the track, gets a penalty for corner cutting, missed the braking zone there, and gets a penalty for coming off the track, trying to get up in front of Cross-Eye Gaming in the Haas. Another tight battle right now between War and Felsey as we come round turn 19 towards the final corner of the track. The DRS wing will open for War. Will he make the move on Felsey into turn 1? He will stay behind Felsey. Both of them getting nice lines out. A little bit of oversteer from Felsey, but we'll get back into that. Felsey, War, who started 5th, now down 2 positions into 7th. Will be trying to work his way back up the line. PMR Piastri in the kit car, behind Non-Stop, currently in 8th. Started 13th, up 4 positions, will be fighting his way up to the top. Goes over the apex a little bit there. Is close enough for DRS. Will he be able to make the jump up into 8th place on those hard tyres? There are your tyre life readings for this. Anywhere between 12 to 14 laps to 50% wear on those mediums and 16 to 18 on those hard tyres. We might see some softs in this race, we might not. We'll see how it goes with the rest of this race. If anyone can hold on to those hards, it's these guys. Come down into 12th with Ski right on the back of Goffey as we come down towards the front straight. As Governor hits the pits, we'll show off the new pit lane timer for you guys for this season. Meaning get that stop time. For some reason it's glitched out, might be because Governor does not have his UDP settings correct, but that is okay. Making our second pit stop of the session. Duck Puncher still coming up the back of Jer. Both on medium tyres. Should have reasonable grip. Whoever gets the better line out of here will be able to make the lunge. Gaps forming all the way around the field. There are 48 seconds between first and last at the moment. Tyre wear getting the best of Arthur's. 41% on the rears right now. Forcing that car, he will have to pit soon on those mediums to get through. Only 4 pit stops so far between Chevy, Lee, Governor and Henchman. Henchman, the first to pit of the session, back onto the hard tyres, be working his way back up the field. As the train leaves the station, most cars now out of DRS. As we come down to Goffey, who started this race in 15th, is now up 3 positions into 12th. He's trying to get on the back of Cross-Eyes. That wing will open. He'll get a little bit extra speed. Will keep his car behind. Yellow flag through sector 2 is cleared instantly. No cars out of this race at the moment. Battery conservation I see from Arthur, who's just come in for the hard tyres. Now he's put himself down into 9th. Combo Ollie still yet to pit. Was now the interim race leader. As I would imagine a lot of other cars will come round now. Combo Ollie on his own at the front of the pack now. Still on those medium tyres, yet to pit. PMR Piastri currently in 6th on the reverse strategy. is gaining time on War Machine. Tried to get around. War Machine cutting back on the inside. Fighting together now. PMR Piastri on the outside. Try and get the tyres in front. Will hold the line behind. We'll watch them as they come down the straight. Both cars fighting. Both cars on old tyres. Jairbot and Duck Puncher coming into the pits. J-Swell coming into the pits. Right now, will PMR Piastri try and make the move? He goes up the inside. And he holds the inside line. Will cut the corner a little bit, but gets in front through into Sector 2. Cars coming into pit now. All cars be coming back onto hard tyres. Non-stop comes out in 14th. Ollie's still yet to pit. Only 14 seconds between him and PMR Piastri at the moment. He is driving alone. Those tyres, 35 in the front, 48 in the rear. He's not doing too much damage to them, but will need to come into the pits very, very soon. A lot of cars coming in now. Combo Ollie, Piastri, and War Machine yet to pit. Piastri doesn't need to pit yet. He's still on medium tyres. Oh, hard tyres, sorry. As War fights him and gets back in front. The interval's back up for us. Jairbot currently sitting behind Cross-Eyes. Looks to go up the inside. Lee with another 3-second warning. Cross-Eyes coming off the track, going really wide into turn 12. Duck Puncher's currently sitting in 10th behind Mr. J Swole, who's only just pitted. They're coming out behind. Goffey down 3-second penalty. We're going to see a lot of penalties through this race. It's very hard to keep the cars on the track at high speed. Hopefully, Arthur Set setting another faster slap on those new hards. Back up into third already. PMR Piastri sitting ahead, not by a lot. The gap to the leader, only 0.1 of a second. We come up. Piastri on old hards. Arthur on new. Will he get back in front before the second sector, or will he wait for the DRS zone? Getting ever so close up into turn 10. Goes around the outside. PMR Piastri taking the inside. Will hope to keep him out of the way. Will they be side by side? PMR Piastri ghosting there for a second. Arthur gets back in front to take the lead again. Felty Rabbit currently down in 15th place in that Aston Martin, getting another 3-second penalty for track limits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 drivers on the field right now with penalties, some with multiple. The race may be decided by penalties at this point. As we come back, PMR Piastri currently sitting in 2nd place, still yet to pit on those hards. Ski also yet to pit up into 5th place. And Kirko down in a 13th on those old hards, still yet to pit as well. Arthur Set retaking the race lead. Started on pole, currently still in 1st place. Will he be able to hold the lead for the rest of the race? Fastest laps for everybody at the moment. 1:35.66 for Arthur Set. As the gap to the leader increases. Now 76 seconds between leader and last place. CZ struggling at the back there on his new hards. Racing his own race. Gaps forming absolutely everywhere. We are still yet to see PMR Piastri pit on those hard tyres as we hit lap 14. Almost lap 15. J-Swell at the front. Combo Ollie back up into 2nd place. Combo Ollie going to be fighting to get back up into first place. Another story of preseason with Arthur, Ollie, Jairbot as well. Be fighting through. PMR Piastri coming into the pit now. Get this pit timer to register for you guys. Ski coming into the pits as well for his first tyre change. Speeds into the pit lane. 2.2 second pit for PMR Piastri. Kick working on their pit stops in the off season. Must have been working as he comes out, as we find the working pit lane timer, getting that up there for you guys right now. Jairbot currently sitting in third place. Duck Puncher in fourth. Mr. J Swole in fifth. Governor in sixth currently. I do not believe he has pitted. He has pitted. Governor up multiple places from the start of this race as we go down to him now. Started in 11, now up 5 places into 6th. The strategy working as we look in front to Mr. J Swole, who's trying to get on the inside of Duck Puncher. Will get that lead. A little bit of oversteer from Duck Puncher, but Mr. J Swole in the Ferrari getting ahead. Down in 13th, 12th and 13th, Chevy Wolves and Ski. Mainly getting another 3-second penalty there at the back. The two Williams drivers fighting, both on opposite strategies at the moment. Chevy Wolves will be trying to get back up. He is on the hard tyres, but will try and gain as much position as possible. Down in 15th, we have Felty Rabbit, who is fighting Cross Eyes Gaming for 14th. Mainly just behind, fighting to get into the points. Duck Puncher, Duck Puncher, Mr. J Swole, and Governor right now fighting for 5th. For 5th place. That's what I meant to do. Within a second of each other coming down the main straight, the wing will open for Duck. He'll get extremely close to the back of Mr. J. Will he get in front? He does for now. Takes the inside line. Mr. J Swole on the outside. Will stay in the middle of the two drivers. As we come through turn 14, the closest fighting that we see at the moment. So a gap on the main straight as we see Chevy Wolves trying to get in front of Cross-Eye. Obstacle at the back there with Maney or the back. A fight for points at the moment between Cross-Eye's Chevy, Maney, Rabbit here through the final sector. Zoltan asking for a full lap of J Swole, currently in 4th position with Duck and Governor on his tail. War currently getting another 3-second penalty. Will Duck Puncher fight to get back in front? Will late on the brakes, will cut the line, will try and get on the inside, comes back behind. That wing will open for both drivers. Duck close enough to be able to strike as he gets down on the inside of J Swole. Duck ahead before the corner, both of them on the brakes. Chevy Wolves retiring from this session. A safety car has been deployed. Not sure what happened at the back there. Chevy Wolves' car already off the track. The safety car has been deployed. Out the set, slowing down for it right now. Chevy Wolves is out of this race and has left the session. Our first safety car of the season, ladies and gentlemen. Currently, at the moment, in first place, Arthur Set, Combo Ollie in second, Duck Puncher in third, Jebot, J-Swole, and Governor all opting to go into the pits with 10 laps remaining. Non-stop as well, Henchman going in at the same time. A lot of cars towards the back coming in for their second pit stops. Quick pit stops for all. Maney down in that Mercedes, not stopping, will put himself up into 9th. The leaderboard changing as everyone pits. A lot of drivers going from medium to hard back to mediums. That brings War Machine up into 4th place. From 5th at the start of this race, getting back up. Jebot, who started this race in 3rd, now in 5th. Governor, who started this race in 11th, now in 6th. Ski, who started this race 16th, now in 7th. Mr. J Swell started 6th, is now in 8th. Maney back to his original qualifying position in 9th place. Does not opt to pit during the safety car. Non-stop back into 10th place. Piastri started 13th, currently in 11th, did pit under safety car. Bat Felsi up to 12th place. Henchman, who started in 4th place, now down into 13th. Not having the best race of his life. Crosseye started in 7th, now in 14th. 15th is Felty, who's up 3 positions. Goffey down a position. Lee still in the same qualifying position. Kirko, who's up a position from the start of this race. CZ, who started 20th, is still at the back of the grid at the moment, with Chevy Wolves currently out of this session. Maney, ignoring the yellow flag in the Mercedes, has gone back into the pits, pitting late under the safety car. As we get rolling for another lap under safety car. All the drivers here trying to keep as much of the temperature in those tires as possible. You do not want to be coming out onto the track after safety car with cold tires, as we see the temps on the screen right now. Most drivers at the moment currently on medium tires. The 4 front runners opted not to pit under safety car. Will that be detrimental to their race? PMR Piastri in 9th place, ignoring the yellow flag, getting a 10-second penalty added. Times and penalties, the 10 seconds not coming up on my leaderboard at the moment, but all the track limit warnings are off on your screen right now. Felty Rabbit hitting Cross-Eyes Gaming and getting a 10-second penalty as well. Multiple penalties throughout the whole field. Safety car is in this lap as Arthur will be setting the pace. Knowing not to go before the safety car is in. will take off. CZ currently in 19th, sitting behind. Be a detriment as he's off. And Duck Puncher spinning off the lead, doing a burnout to come through the pack. 9 laps to go as the safety car restart, detrimental for McLaren. As Duck Puncher goes from 3rd to 17th off the restart. We're fighting his way back up the line right now. Arthur Sett getting a beautiful start. Combo early again in the back. Ski with another 3-second penalty. Piastri with another 3-second penalty for track limits coming through the first sector. The restart proving how detrimental those tyre temperatures were as the spin out on Duck put him down 12 positions in the opening lap after safety car. Now Combo, Ollie and Arthur will be back fighting for first position for the rest of this race. The gap right now, half a second between both of them. As Governor gets a 3-second penalty. As we go through more than a minute worth of penalties by the stewards. And Arthur getting a 3-second penalty to add. Jairbot with only 1 warning this race. DRS has now been enabled. Fastest lap by Jairbot with a 1:35.5. If Jairbot can stay within 3 seconds of the 2 leaders, he is now the provisional leader of this race. Combo, Ollie and Arthur be fighting to keep themselves at bay and to make a gap for these penalties to not allow Jairbot to get in front. Henchman down in 7th place, another 3 seconds through the first sector as well. Felty with a 3-second penalty. Those penalties are racking up for everyone. The first sector is brutal. Coming through. We can still watch the leading 3 at the moment. Come down, Combo Ollie getting another 3-second penalty, making it 6 seconds for him up into the lead right now. We come down into 14th with PMR Piastri, who is fighting his way back up through the pack after losing out on multiple positions after that safety car. As a battle for the points commences in the back line. Governor getting a 1:35.2 to gain the fastest lap on those brand new mediums that he got for the pit stop, up into 4th place. It's come to Governor, who's fighting to get in front of Jairbot. Goffey with a 3-second time penalty, down in 14th place, multiple track warnings as well. This has been an interesting one. Lots of ups, lots of downs for multiple drivers. Arthur, Ollie and Jer all fighting for top right now as Jairbot gets around Combo Ollie down the main straight. Missed that one for you just then. The Haas going for the inside line will get in front. Jairbot is the new leader of this race. Combo Ollie getting a little bit slidey out there as there was contact between Arthur and Governor. Governor now with damage to the front of his car. A yellow front wing. PMR Piastri with another 3-second penalty. The front right of the wing on Governor's car damaged. Not sure if there's damage on Arthur's car. A yellow wing for him as well. as Jairbot now leads this pack around. One of the only drivers without penalties. He is now out. PMR Piastri out of this session, goes into the pits and retires from this session. Will take his car out of the race. Now that is PMR Piastri and Chevy Wolves out of this session. We come down into 9th and 10th, where Non-Stop and Ski currently battling it out for 10th place. Non-Stop looking to make well of this DRS. Ski just behind Henchman. Looking to strike as he does get in front. Ski getting in front of Henchman, who is back right on the tail. Yellow flag in Sector 2 as a driver slides. Should be a green flag as he gets back onto the track. Wing damage for the Alpine of Henchman. By the look of that info up. Yes, front left is currently broken. War with a solidified 5th, you reckon, Zoltan? Look at the penalties up onto the screen. War Machine with a 6-second penalty. J Swole just behind. CZ with a 3-second penalty again, down in 19th. Get in front. These battles getting intense. Closest so far, Ski and Henchman and Mr. J. Mr. J Swole trying to get in front of War at any points possible. The gap ahead right now, just under 0.2 of a second. He aims to get his wing in front before the corner to try and gain some track advantage, as he does get out in front of War down into 6th place. War looking to get back on the outside, will go off the track, will keep his car in front. But Mr. J Swell back up into 5th place. Little lock up there for Mr. J Swole. Comes around the corner as the Alpine of War scoots down the inside, but Mr. J Swole getting the better line. The dive bomb by War. He's still going to fight him on the inside line here. The Aston Martin just behind of Governor. Henchman getting a penalty. Governor going on the inside. War being pushed back down. J Swole up into 4th place. Ski down into 8th. Massive battles right now between the Alpines, the Williams, and the Aston Martin. Arthur getting another 3-second penalty. Arthur down into 8th place, sorry. Being pushed down 6 positions from the start, down into 8th again. We'll go to Arthur right now, who's currently struggling with that wing damage. The Haas of Crosseye getting in front and providing more damage to Arthur's car as he comes on the inside. Arthur will be trying to fight his way back up the line with those penalties. He will not be fighting out. Now owned Roshan, sorry, with those pens. There are a few people with 10-second penalties from yellow flag incidences that aren't on the screen right now. We'll see them at the end of the race. Arthur cutting the crack there, pushing off the track. There are a few drivers. There's a 4-way down battle towards the inside. Arthur getting on the front end of that. Ski at the back saying Lee with another 3-second penalty. As we come towards the 4 laps remaining. Jairbot out in front by a solid 5 seconds on Combo Ollie, running his own race right now on those medium tyres. As we come back, the Mercedes of Maney get in front of Arthur as well. That wing damage proving very much difficulty for the V-Carb driver. We come through to Combo, currently running his own race with Felsey in the McLaren just behind. Mr. J Swole fighting to come up. DRS will open up with him. Will he take the position? Felsey moves across the track, pushing J Swole to the side. J Swole giving that room back, having to take the long way around, cutting on the inside, slight contact, but Jacewell back up into third place, pushing McLaren back down to the lead. Down in 7th place, we have War Machine in 6th, and Cross-Eye currently fighting him for 6th. Ski without a second penalty. With the penalties currently on the screen right now. Oh, as the Alpine gets a little bit slower of War Machine, and the Haas of Cross-Eye losing part of his wing. Maney taking advantage of that and getting through. Wing open for Cross-Eye. Will he try to get back in front of Maney down the DRS straight? He will go on the inside and cut down the middle and take that position back from the Mercedes. But with damage on that wing, it's anybody's race right now. Many gaps forming. Lots of lockups here for Ski, Goffey and Arthur. Arthur currently fighting for his life down in 10th place after the damage incurred, losing 9 places. 2 laps to go as we come over the line for lap 27. Jebot currently in first, Ollie in second, Jay Swoll in the other Ferrari in third, a Ferrari 2-3 to start off the season. Felsey in the McLaren in fourth, Governor in fifth, War in sixth, Mercedes of Maney in seventh, Non-Stop in eighth, Cross-Eye in the Haas in ninth, Arthur Set, who started pole in this race, in 10th. Goffey in the Red Bull in 11th. Ski and Duck 12th and 13th. Rabbit and Kirko 14th and 15th. Henchman in 16th. Lee in 17th. CZ in 18th. PMR Piastri and Chevy Wolves not finishing this session today. The Kick and the Williams driver out of Coda and the opening race of the season. We see Mr. Jebot coming through the third sector right now. Alpine, a War Machine, trying to get back up and gain as many points this session as possible with the Maney in front of him. Lots of lockups through. Tyre wear getting the best of everyone right now. We can see Goffey getting another 3 second, Felty Rabbit getting another 3 second. Battery life being charged up by multiple drivers to go for the final push, the final lap as we head down. Jebot currently in first, leading this race by a long shot. Fastest lap currently held by Governor to take the extra point of the season. Currently sitting in 6th, the opening race of the season. This is Coda. Austin, Texas brings us some good, very hard racing. Lots of pens. Henchman out of the session. Alpine of Henchman is now out. He is retired in the pits. Not going to be completing this race. CZ will be gaining that position on him. He is more than a lap behind right now. Arthur retiring as well. Final lap shenanigans. Jebot comes through to the last sector for a very, very different outcome to what was predicted at the start. Jebot coming through the third sector now. Currently 6 seconds ahead of everybody else. He started third. He's now in first place. The 2 Ferraris just behind him. As we come round, the checkered flag is out. Jebot wins the Austin Grand Prix, bringing a first points of the season to Haas. Combo Ollie in the Ferrari, and Mr. J. Swoll coming over the line second and third. J. Swoll getting that position due to penalties. Felsey coming over the line in fourth, getting third place. Combo Ollie in fourth. Governor in fifth. Cross-Eyes in sixth. Duck and Non-Stop in seventh. and 8th. Maney in the Mercedes in 9th. Kirko coming over the line 15th, but putting himself up into 10th place due to penalties. Goffey down in 11th. War Machine in 12th. Ski in 13th. Felty Rabbit in 14th. Lee in 15th. As we come down to CZ, who's a lap behind. Started 20th, is now 18th. Puts himself over the line. 5 drivers over the line. Felsi getting driver of the day. As we come through to look at the final standings after the stewards do their talking. There's Jairbot coming up onto the podium. As we come through, I'm going to need the 3 drivers currently on the podium in the T4 podium, please. At the end of this race, I need Felsi, J-Swole, and we are here with the lovely boys that just got the podium for our first race of the season. Now, Mr. Felsi, how are we feeling right now getting that?
Right, to be honest, I didn't expect to finish that high on this track. I don't really like this track.
Now, you obviously finished track position 5th. Were
P4,
you...
I think it was.
Oh, P4, there we go, 4th.
Yeah, I think I just jumped combo.
Were you ever thinking, watching all the penalties pop up on your screen, that you were going to be on the podium tonight?
Definitely not. I did not have the pace on this track, and I was probably running in like the high top 10s for most of the race. And then after that restart, there was a bit of chaos at the front, and then somehow I managed to pass everyone and get up to like P2, I think it was almost.
Yep, that is correct. Now, your teammate, Mr. Duck Puncher, was in second at the start, or in third, sorry, at the start after that safety car. Was that spin out at the front detrimental, or do you think it helped with your...
Look, I was seeing Duck up the front was good considering he's my teammate, and then like since I was doing pretty shit on this track, but then we switched. I seen he spun out somewhere, and then somehow I ended up at the front. So unlucky for him, but as a team, I guess it was not too bad that I ended up coming up the front.
Now, I don't have the best memory. Did you have penalties? I think you had 3.
No, I think I didn't get any penalties.
That's there you go.
Got it.
One of, I think,
warnings, I think,
4 drivers that didn't have penalties during that race, and the stewards definitely decided this race. During...
I had some good racing though. I had a lot of fun, like some side-by-side racing. It was pretty fun. I actually got some pretty sick overtakes too, so I'm definitely going to go back and watch my stream because I got some pretty gnarly overtakes done, which is cool.
Perfect, and we'll be glad to see them up on your page later on. What your qualifying pace?
Shit.
Did you think that you had more in you?
Not on this track, not in quali. I knew I always have better race pace than quali pace, but I actually just don't like this track.
So, you wouldn't be the only one. I've heard many times in the paddock today that not many people like this track. But you did well, and congratulations on your first podium of the season, taking 3rd. You enjoy the rest of your night. I'll get on with the rest of these boys because we got to go on with the rest of the openings for tonight. Still got Tier 3 after this for everyone that's waiting. Now, Mr. J. Swole.
G'day. Ciao.
How are you feeling tonight?
Pretty good, mate. Not so much this morning, puking my guts out for 5 hours straight. Didn't think I was going to race, but...
You happy you did now?
We fought there. I'm happy I'm dead, definitely.
Now, you were fighting back and forth up and down the grid the entire race. Did you ever think that you would be able to make it up towards your teammate or get onto the podium tonight?
Oh, 100%. I mean, if I didn't stuff up quali, I invalidated on my last lap. Sounded a bit cocky here. I reckon I had pole on my sleeve right there. But no, I knew how this track works, especially how it worked last season. Everyone gets bloody penalties. So as long as I keep my car on the track, I'll be fine. And it paid off. But the safety car definitely helped out. Getting the fresh tires. Had to change my wing, but it was all good because fresh tires able to go through and steal the pack, get the front.
Now, you did finish just in front of your teammate, Mr. Combo Ollie. Were you guys chatting to each other and allowing for the switch right at the end there to gain you a little bit of time, because we do know that Ollie had 6 seconds worth of penalties towards the end of that race?
Yeah, so I caught up to him tremendously within like literally half a lap to a lap. And he was just like, I'll give you, on track position. The car doesn't matter, we'll just go side by side at the end. Then bro brakes too hard in the last quarter. I nearly spun out, so it would have been bad if I gave Felzy that.
Ooh.
That was close, but it's all good.
Now, you and Ollie have been drafted to the previous season's champion TP, Left for Dead.
Yep.
Do you think that's going to have a massive impact on your driving this season, and do you think you're going to be higher up the field this?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, when I got traded to RB last season to Magic, I mean, Magic learnt from Lefty here, and that guy changed me tremendously, and I know this guy's going to change me even more.
Perfect.
And it's already paid off from just a tiny bit of practice here. I don't know how anyone hates this track. This track's awesome. What are you talking about, Felzy?
Good. Well, congratulations on P2 in the opening race, getting as much needed points for the opening of the season for both you and Ollie, second and
leading the
fourth.
constructors now, so that's good.
And I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Tier 3 is up next. We're going to go to our race winner,
Awesome.
Jairbot.
Hey, man.
How are you tonight?
I'm feeling good. Definitely didn't think that was on the cards, but here we are.
Now, you qualified on the podium. You fought
P3, yeah.
the entire race pretty much on the podium. Did you think towards the end of that race that you had the pace to be able to gain the lead?
Did you mean to comment?
If it wasn't for the safety car, absolutely not. So, I think Arthur had a 12-second gap, and Combo Ollie was pulling about a second a lap on me. At one point, I thought I could stay within his 3-second pen, but he just pulled away. And then that safety car, I pitted, they didn't, and I think that's what gave me that win there. It wasn't the pace. It was because the safety car at the right time. I don't know if they'd already crossed the pit line or not, but it worked out really good for me.
Also, one of the cleanest drives I've seen tonight. One of only 4, as I said before, drivers on the track that did not get a penalty for this race.
Who are the other? Us 3 and who?
I think there was an Aston, maybe.
Oh yeah.
We'll have to go back and check that for later. But you overtook all of the drivers after the pit towards the end.
Yeah,
and
got some good ones on there.
You managed to make a gap that I couldn't even keep up with, trying to watch where you were and everyone else.
I think so. Who was it? Someone was behind me on hards, and I'm guessing they were old hards.
So the front runners didn't pit. So you had Arthur, Combo. Yeah.
So I was able to kind of get by, and then I think they kind of held everybody up for me. So I had clean air and just had my own race to win or to lose, which I haven't been in that position before.
Now I'm not sure what happened because I was watching a battle at the back. Do you know what happened to Arthur?
Well, I actually was going to message him straight away and just see, because I had quite a lead. I don't know if I didn't feel any contact on my end. If he maybe clipped my rear or anything, but next thing I knew, he spun at the end of the DRS, like heading into that sharp left-hander. So
Yeah.
I don't know if what happened there, but yeah, really, really odd. I'll have to message him, see what happened.
All good. Well, congratulations on gaining the first win of the 2025 Season 8 for Wallaby Racing. Is there anything that you would like to add?
Just how good the racing is here. Like, it's I think the cleanest league that I've ever raced in, and lots of good battles. Everyone gives each other well, in my opinion, everyone gives each other a lot of space, and yeah, no, it's really good fun. Really enjoying it here.
Perfect. Well, congratulations.
Arthur
Thank you,
just
guys.
said in the chat that he got taken out.
Right,
Yeah.
our stewards will deal with that one when it
Yeah.
comes up.
I was in front, so I don't know how I'm taken out from being in front.
All good. We'll keep the paddock chat for now. I am out for the night. I will see you all next week, where we are racing in Spa,
Ooh, okay.
and sorry, it will not be next week. It'll be the week after,
Oh, okay.
because we have Australia Day weekend next weekend.
Boring, but good. Beers. Time
Beers,
for beers, mate.
beer and pool.
That's so annoying.
Anyways, that is me for tonight. I will see you all in my driver's seat in about half an hour. I will talk to you all next week. As always, my name is Break. Peace out, Wallabies.